once again, this is game 2 of the playoffs edition of Whalers Corner. Now, for both of us in the Whalers, for everybody that saw our first, we want to thank you so much. It just kind of warmed our hearts to see that we're not just doing this just to do this. We're actually, some fans are watching, fans are commenting, and then I had 5 people come to the game today and recognize me and for what we did. So from the bottom of our hearts, the players, and the whole Whalers Nation, we want to thank everybody for your response for our first playoff show. Okay, now that is said and done. I don't know if I got a headache from the whistles or seeing Whalers go into the penalty box. Now, I can understand this is a hard sport. You're going to get caught. But it seemed like every time they touch a player, it was a penalty. I mean, good gravy, Wilson probably set a record for most penalties called on one player in one game. And I'm pretty sure you probably got it for one period, too.
It's hard to watch. I don't care who you're a fan of, and I would think the Sarnia fans would probably even agree to it. That isn't the game. Rickard Rakell, here's a guy, he had 12 penalty minutes all year. Through the first 2 games of the series, he's got 8 penalty minutes already. That's crazy, but hey, listen, you have to overcome it, and the Whalers did. It wasn't 10-2. I mean, that's the way this league is. Sometimes it's going to be easy, sometimes it's going to be a battle. Tonight was a battle, but most importantly, it all counts the same, and the Whalers are up 2-0 in the series.
Today was what you call, in sports world, a grown man win. This is when you put your team, you tell your team in the locker room, all right, we're not getting the calls. They're going to come back. Because we're not getting our calls and they're getting all the calls in the world, they're going to have chances to tie up this game. They're going to have a chance to get back in this game. What are you going to do about it in your own in your home ice? What are you going to do about it? And the Whalers kind of brilliantly, by their leader, by the coaching staff, they literally rose to the occasion.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it was one of those things where, the 5-on-3, the extended 5-on-3 late in the game, and then killing off the remainder of that penalty, and just the roar of the crowd to recognize the Whalers for doing that and to grind out that victory. That's what you got to do. You got to find a way. You have 2. I said this in the broadcast tonight. You have 2 choices. You can whine about it. You could say, oh, poor me, or you can go out there and, as you said, man up. And that's what the Whalers did tonight. I mean, every one of these guys went out there and left it all on the ice. And, as I said, a well-deserved 3-2 victory tonight.
Very deserving. And I don't know if this is starting to scare you, but it's starting to scare me watching the Whalers. Now, this is 2 games that, if I wouldn't say, not bad penalties on players that shouldn't have been called, they get goals. Now, if you take the 2 goals that they scored yesterday, and you take the goals they scored today, and you take them off the board, and they don't call those penalties, they put them in those positions, I think the Whalers goalies are pitching out 2 shutouts. Their defense has been fabulous. I mean, if you look at it, the Whalers had the advantage on shots on goal the whole entire game. At one point in time, it was 35 shots on goal to their 10. And the only reason why they got more than 10 is because, once again, you get a power play, you get shots on goal, you can make things happen. It's just the Whalers' defense.
Yeah, they've been playing outstanding, as you mentioned. I mean, they've given up 4 goals in the 2 games. All of them come via the power play. I mean, 5-on-5, it isn't close right now. And that's one thing, when the series started, one of the keys to the series that we talked about was trying to stay out of the box. Now, trying to stay out of the box and staying out of the box sometimes are 2 different things, because as we saw tonight, they were calling everything. And it was frustrating, but the Whalers found a way to overcome it. And, that's got to continue. Sarnia's got an outstanding power play. They're one of the top power play units in the league all year, and that's the way they're going to score. 5-on-5, they know they can't compete.
They cannot compete. Now, this is where the Whalers fans are after this kind of win, after the road they've been on, this is where the brooms start coming out the closet. Now, I'll say this. I do believe the Whalers can sweep this team. I have no doubt they can sweep this team. They have the firepower. They have the defense. Once again, like we said yesterday, and I don't know if anybody's trying to pick up on it, but you have two hot goaltenders. It's kind of easy to go into work, look at your goaltenders, and say, I have two hot goaltenders. Anybody I send out there, I feel comfortable for a win. Now, they can go over there and get the sweep, but you got to say, Sarnia, they're playing at home. Let's see what the Whalers are going to do on the road. They've been a fantastic road team. They've been a fantastic home team. They need to just bring what they brought here over there, and we're talking about the sweep.
Yeah, no, I mean it's hard to sweep anybody. Let's be honest, especially in a league like this. But you know, I mean, it's there, it's in place. They did what they had to do. They took the first 2 games. Sarnia's going to come out hard in their building. You know, they've got a lot of pride. They don't want to go down in 4. But you know, again, if the Whalers can keep this to a 5-on-5 game, and it hasn't been close 5-on-5 so far in this series, but you know, that's easier said than done.
You know, this is why we come. This is why we are fans. This is why you go out there and you play. Like today, if you look at the stats, if you look at the penalties, you look at everything, you would say, okay, Whalers should not have won this game. But if you're present here or you saw the game, this is what you saw. You saw defense overcome diversity, and I think that should be the Whalers' motivational billboard. Overcome diversity, because right now everybody's chasing one team, and that is London. And I don't want to brag, but I think the Whalers are the only team in my mind that can actually compete with London. But you got to take it one game at a time. And if you're going to be playing teams like Sarnia and any other team that we have in the playoffs that we could face, you never know. You never know. You got to overcome. You have to keep on. The teams that win championships are the teams that overcome.
I like our chances against anybody. I really do. And I know these guys, they aren't looking ahead to, you know, if it's Owen Sound next round, they're not looking ahead to London. They're looking ahead to Game 3. But to your point, I think they can compete with anybody. I mean, the way this team has played, they've been the hottest team in the league, no question about it, the last couple of months of the season. So, you know, it's one game at a time. You know, their focus is going to be, I mean, from Mike Vellucci on down, their focus is going to be Game 3 in Sarnia. And then once you do that, you take care of business there. Certainly, you look to finish it out in Game 4.
If you finish it out in Game 4, now you have time to rest. But in the case of the Whalers, the way how they've been playing, I would like to have Sarnia win 1 so they can come here and win and close out the series. I think if they close out the series here, and if we can bring out a sellout crowd here and show our boys that we're behind them 110%, there's no reason why the Whalers can't keep that spark and go to the next round and keep it rolling. I got some interesting news today, right? Whalers are one of the top teams in the OHL, okay? But stands-wise, we're under the top 10. That doesn't make any sense. We are blessed to have a talented team each and every year, and I know from me, I know from you. The Whalers are deserving of having packed fans in here ready to go and watching them play. And I think any fan that saw our video yesterday and came to the game, like I said, we thank you. But we need more of you. We need more of you. It's not like you're paying an arm and a leg to get here. I mean, it's price range, it's suitable, family, and great hockey. I mean, if you saw the game today, you would have been proud to call yourself a Whalers fan because, like I said, They had their backs against the wall. The refs were very involved in the game, but they still pull out the victory. So, if it comes to the next round on Game 5, we need to support our team. I think if we become the seventh man, or on the team, we can make this arena electrified. I don't know how far, or can anybody stop the Whalers?
The electricity in this building during the playoffs is outstanding. I mean, as you said, it's a fantastic hockey team. It's a great facility. I mean, we cordially invite you to come out here. There's an old saying that my broadcast partners had for a while: if you come out once, you'll be hooked. No pun intended there, and that's usually the case.
That should be on a T-shirt. That should be on a T-shirt for all the staff to wear.
Yeah.
I would rock that
Come
T-shirt.
out once, you'll be hooked.
You'll be hooked. Once again, from both of us, we want to thank you so much. It's another edition of Whalers Corner. Once again, we're always fans first, because if you're a fan first, you appreciate and love the game more. That's what my dad told me growing up. And once again, a little shout out to Detroit Snot that helps us put everything online. And like I said, here is where the stars that you watch on the NHL channel start. And like I said, there's 3 to 4 players on this team
Easy.
that are going to be centerpieces for NHL teams. Centerpieces. And you get a chance to watch them grow here, and you need to take advantage. Once again, this is Whalers Corner.